Hello, today we're going to be learning about the converse of the Pythagorean theorem. So I want to start by just talking about what a converse is. So a converse is basically being able to flip the two parts of a statement and for the flipped statement to also be true. So this doesn't make a lot of sense, but let me give you an example. So for example, if you are a student at AGW, then you are in Appoquinimink School District. Do you guys agree with that statement? Yeah. But if I take this statement and I actually flip it in the statement and I say something like, if you are in Appoquinimink School District, then you are a student at AGW. Is this true? It's not. Now, sometimes the converse is true and sometimes the converse isn't true. And for Pythagorean's theorem, the converse is true, which actually can really help us solve some problems and prove some different things. So let's explore, first of all, what is Pythagorean's theorem? What does it tell us? We say if you have a right triangle, then a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Are you feeling that? Okay. The converse of that would be what? If you have this relationship, then your triangle is right. It means it's a right triangle. So that can help us because sometimes we want to know if our triangle is going to be a right triangle, and then maybe we don't have a protractor, so we don't want to actually measure different side lengths. So what we can do is we can see if a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared, because if it is, it's a right triangle. If it isn't, it's not a right triangle. So let's look at some examples. Ready? We're looking to see if this is a right triangle. So if I have 10, 3, and 12, for example. So what would have to be true for this to be a right triangle? We'd have to have this, right? So if I square my 10, square my 3, and square my 12, is 100 plus 9 equal to 144? Nope. So this is not a right triangle. We actually used this when we did the ropes activity to check and see which groups came up with a right triangle. So let's look at another one and we can check and see if this is a right triangle. So same thing again this time. 8 squared is 64. 6 squared is my 36. I have 100. Is 36 plus 64 going to equal, whoops, 100? It is. So what does this prove? It proves it's a right triangle. And that's the converse of the Pythagorean theorem.